What do you understand by Memorandum of Association? What is its purpose? This is one question which was in the old question paper of ICSI. Now, how do you read this question? Is there a strategy to read the question? Is there any tricks and tips to read the question? That is what we'll cover in this video. How to read the questions in ICSI CS exams. There is a method and there is a secret on how you can read the question papers, which I'll be analyzing in detail. By end of this video, you'll become an expert to read the question paper. You might not become an expert how to write answer, but definitely you'll become an expert in reading the question paper. Before we go ahead, if you want to know how to write answers in law exams, you can watch this video. The link is also in the description. That video, I have detailed conversation with you about how to write the answers. So please watch that video for how to write answers. But before writing answers, we should know how to read the question paper. And that is why this video is here. See, when you read the question paper, the first thing to keep in mind is what kind of question is it? Is it a question where they're asking you for case law analysis? Is it a question where they're asking you for provision of the law? Is it a question where they're asking you the difference between two concepts? Is it a question to explain? Is it a question to advise? Is it a question to elucidate? Every word has a different meaning. And if you know that and if you understand that, you will know how to read the question paper. So let us get in directly into some of the old questions of the ICSI exams and you will know how to read the question paper. Let's get into it. Let us try and see how you should be reading the questions. The first thing is, when we read the questions, identify the keywords. The second point is, try to know what kind of question is it. And the third one is, what is the specific concept which they are asking. The specific concept is what you should know. See, because when you study something, let us say you study about MOA and AOA in company law, SBC, etc. You study everything about this, but it's such a big concept. So in that, they'll be asking you something specific. What is that specific thing is what we need to analyze, and we have to write the answer. So let us try and understand by examples of old question papers. So whatever I'm going to be showing you is about old question papers. I repeat, this video is only about how to read the questions. If you want to know how to write the answers in law papers, please go to the description box below and you will be able to find a video where I've explained in detail how to write answers. But why I want to do about how to read the questions is because when you know how to read the questions, you can write answer. We need to see what exactly are they asking about. So identifying the keywords, what kind of question is it, and what is the specific concept. Don't worry, let us go with each of these questions. So here, the question from the old question paper is, state the situations under which a company is required to constitute the audit committee. So we need to know the keywords, then kind of questions, and the specific concept. So state the situation under which company is required to constitute audit committee. So the keywords is situations and audit committee. So what kind of question is it? The question is trying to ask you to state. See, when we say kind of questions, it can be a question which is what we call as a direct simple question. So they have a simple question and you need to write the answer. Or they can ask you to state, or they can ask you to write an advice, or they can ask you to quote with case law, or they can ask difference between. Correct? Then they can ask you something like comment on the following. They can give a statement and say comment on the following, right? Or they can ask you procedure for any particular process in the company law or EBCL, SBC, JGL, etc. Or they may ask you to explain the provisions of law, right? Or as a company secretary, what is your opinion? As a company secretary, what is your opinion? If you see, all questions will come under pretty much one of these type of questions. So here they're asking state. So you just have to state the situation. What are the situations under which company is required to constitute audit committee? So the answer should be situation 1, 2, 3, like that. Again, I am not discussing answers. This is just the art of reading questions. Try to read the questions. So what is the keyword we know, kind of question we know, what specific concept are they asking? They are asking when we should constitute audit committee. See, when we study audit committee, we study section 177 and we study almost everything in audit committee, right? When you constitute it, who is there, who can be there, what is the procedure to ensure that the auditor is appointed, all that, so many things are there, but they are asking only the specific concept, what is the situation under which it is to be. So this is for 4 marks question. So that is how you should look at it. Then let us see another question. Nidhi companies can provide loans to its members subject to certain limits as per the Nidhi rules. Rakesh, being member of Nidhi company, wants to know the limits mentioned in Nidhi rules and also seek your advice whether second loan can be granted if the first loan overdue is outstanding and remains unpaid. So what are the key words which we are going to identify over here? So we know very well, and this is about the limits which is there. So limits with respect to what is in the Nidhi rules, first thing. Then what kind of question is it? It is a question where you should give your advice, you should give your opinion, you should give your expert advice. What is the specific thing? What is the specific thing they are asking? Whether second loan can be granted within the limit specified if first loan is overdue. So please remember, the specific thing is important. If you don't write the answer specific, you won't get marks. This is a major problem. Student write general stuff. The answer, please understand, is always, so the question is always specific. Question is always specific. It's very, very specific. But when we study a topic, we study everything about it. We study 10 different things about a topic, but they're asking only one thing or two things about a topic. So identify that specific thing in the question. That is why your answer should also be extremely specific. You can't generally write something. If you want 5 marks out of 5, if you want 4 marks out of 5, if you want anything close to 4 or 5 marks, you have to write specific. I hope you are getting it. Next question. State the consequences in each of the following cases, giving reasons for your answers. So they are giving what is the consequences and you have to write for each of this. That is another type of question for you to understand. Next. So next question, again over here, they are talking about NBFC. NBFC has been granted license to run a bank, etc. During the last 3 years, attrition rate of top level management is very high. Okay, as RBI granted license for many small banks, promoters of banks feel that attrition rate will be high in the coming period. Board of directors want to allot sweat equity shares to employees. See, they've given you some facts of the case. So after that, you have to give your opinion. You, being compliance officer of the bank, advise the board about the pricing of the sweat equity shares. So how should the sweat equity shares be priced? So if you look at the specific thing, what are they asking you? Mainly they are asking you pricing. See, when you read the question only, you should be able to identify what is the specific thing they are asking. And when you are able to identify and write that answer, you will get full marks. Don't think they don't give you. I have shown you the answer script. You can go to YouTube. You can see our playlist. I have shown you answer paper of our own Ekcel Academy students. They have got 60 plus. They have got 70 plus. Even some students have got 78, 79 marks they have got in law subjects because they did what I am telling you. So understand the keywords, understand what kind of question is it. So this question is also what? Advise. You should advise whom? The board. So you can write the answer like to the board of directors and then write your answer. Because you are asked to advise the board, you advise the board. Then finally you say XYZ, company secretary. Don't sign, you can't do that, but I'm just giving you an idea. So I hope you got it. Next, let us go to another question. This is a simple, straightforward question. Write short notes on the following. So understand. So what kind of question is it? You have to just write the short notes. Whatever you know, you should write in point wise format. Short notes always write points, it's very good. So 3 marks means you can write 6 to 8 points, you will get entire 3 marks. So it's very scoring. So keywords, it's very easy. In short notes there is no big keywords because they have asked only the words. What kind of question? Short notes. What is the specific thing? They have not asked. In short notes there is no specific. In short notes you should write the important points about the topic. Okay, so they've given this basis of Sensex, high net worth individuals, bulk deal. So this is in your security laws, capital market. There this question is there. So write short notes, 3 marks each. That is another way of looking at it. Then let us go to the next question. So please always see that what is the keywords, then what is the kind of question, and then we will try and analyze what is that specific thing they are asking. Okay. Here also they have given some facts. ROC failed to prove allegation that proper steps were taken in compliance with the mandatory provisions of section 252 subsection 456, which are a prerequisite. So it is required for striking of the name of the company from the register. Comment on the statement referring to suitable case law with the decision in that case. So if you see here, I told you they can ask you a simple question, they can ask you state, they can ask you to advise, they can ask you case law, correct, and comment. See, case law and comment, they have mixed it in this question. It is so nice. See, when you know the formula how they will ask, you will enjoy the paper actually. You don't have to think, oh, this is so difficult. You will enjoy it and you love to write, you will want to write, and you want to write the answer. That is why I am trying to help you in this video to analyze it. See, they have given you the facts and they have given you comment on the statement, and how you should comment, you should quote a case law. So that is why please be very specific in your answer. Don't write something general, don't write stories. It is a 5 marks question. You have to write a short introduction, then immediately go to the point and comment it, and that is how you should be writing the answer with the case law. With the case law, that is important for you to know. Next, another question is there. Diamond Home Finance Limited, DHFL, housing finance company, it was incorporated so and so date. It failed to commence business and now wants to make to ROC for removing the name from the ROC. They want to voluntarily remove. What type of specific certificate required to submitted by the company to ROC along with application? Also list out the types of companies which are required to submit certificate and brief the penalty of non-compliance. So to understand the question, the keywords is what? The keywords is all about the procedure. Correct? They are asking you the procedure. You should know the procedure in this kind of question. This is a 5 marks question, and there are 3 things which they are asking here. Certificate to be submitted by company to ROC. Correct? That is the first thing they are asking you. Then list out the types of companies which are required to submit. The second point, you just have to list. You don't have to explain. When you say list, you just list A, B, C, D. What are the type of companies, right, which are required to submit the certificate? And the third thing they are asking in this question is briefly tell the penalty for non-compliance. If you don't comply, what is the penalty as per law? So broadly speaking, that means this first point is for 1 mark and these 2 is for 2 marks each. That is a 5 marks question. So they have asked the question like that. You answer also like that. You answer also, you make 3 paragraphs. First paragraph certificate. Second paragraph just write the list 1, 2, 3, 4 or A, B, C, D like this. And then the third, what is the penalty? If you answer in this simple format, you will get marks. Of course, again I am telling you, this is more about reading the question paper. For answer, please watch the video in the description. Let us next go to another question. Comment on the following. See, the first question, 5 marks each, compulsory question, you should comment. When you say comment on the following, what is the keyword? A private company and non-bank can freely accept deposit. It is about freely accept. The keywords is freely accept. Freely accept is keyword. What kind of question is it? Is it a comment question? What is the specific thing they are asking? Private company and banking company can freely accept deposit. So the answer is yes or no. First you should write according to your opinion. So you can obviously tell why it is true, why it is not true. then you must support your answers with the provisions of law. You must support your answer with the provisions of law. You should support your answer with the sections, and then you should give a conclusion. So in comment, you have to give conclusion to whatever your points you have written. It may be paragraph points. In the end, what is the summary which you understood? You please give a conclusion. This way you are going to get the marks. I repeat, we are trying to understand how to read the question. See, they say in English, a good lather is as good as half a shave. So reading the question is 50% of the battle won. If you know what exactly they are asking, you can write the answer. Same way, every financial year of the company must give true and fair view of the state of affairs of the company at the end of the financial year. So what is the keywords? True and fair view. Correct? What kind of question is it? Comment. What is the specific thing they are asking? That financial statement should give true and fair view. How is it? So you have to write section 129 about financial statement. Anyway, I'm not discussing the answers just, but I hope you got the question and how you should understand the question. Articles of a company cannot impose a blanket ban prohibiting transfer of shares in favor of a minor. This is unreasonable. So is it yes or no? How is it? Write it. So it is a comment, and what is the specific keywords you should know. It is about ban on transfer of shares for a minor. Can we ban or not? Every shareholder of a company is known as member, while every member is not a shareholder. So what is it? Who is only member, not a shareholder? So you should write about company without share capital. All those points will come here. Anyway, you know how to comment on the following kind of questions. Next, see here the next question. SEBI has amended the provisions related to registration of sub-broker to act as a market intermediary. Elucidate the statement and discuss the migration path for existing registered sub-broker. So the keywords is what? Amendment relating to registration of sub-broker. This is the keyword. Amendment related to registration of sub-broker. What kind of question is it? You should elucidate. What do you mean by elucidate? When you elucidate, you will give reasons. You will support your reason with evidence. Evidence means you will either give a case law or you will give a amendment, latest amendment, and you will give a justification. You will justify your reason and you will answer. See, when you read the question properly, you know the specific thing they are asking you is what? About the amendment, and the most important thing is what is the migration path? Means how should the person who is an existing sub-broker, how they can become a market intermediary? How can they become a market intermediary? So the question is about how. So then you tell how they can become market intermediary is 1, 2, 3, write the points which is the answer. This way answer is very simple and you will get the marks. Then you have the next question, distinguish between. So how do you read distinguish between questions? It is nothing very difficult, but please remember whenever there is distinguish between, please go for 3 columns. Please go for 3 columns. Okay? Actually 4 columns. Serial number if you want to call it as a column. So if you see here, what is the point of difference? Point of difference. How is it difference? Then topic A and topic B. Okay? So let us say it is mortgage and charge. So you write the difference, first point, second point, and then how is it different? How is it different? So what is the difference and how is it different for each? You should write. See, many students what they do, which is wrong, for distinguish between, first they'll write 1 paragraph about the first topic. Let us say check and bill of exchange. They'll write 1 paragraph about check. Then second paragraph they'll write about bill of exchange. But that is not what they're asking. They're asking distinguish between. That means how are the topics different? How are they different? How are they different? How are they different means you should give a point. Correct? So if I ask you what is the difference between India and America? So you will tell how are they different. First you will say is what is the climate. So first difference is climate. Correct? Then you will say what is the ethnicity of the people. So you will say USA means you have African Americans which we call black and white people who are white skinned. India you say you have the Indian separate skin tone is there. So that is one thing. So climate is there, then ethnicity of people, then culture is there. Correct? What is the culture which we have here? What is the history we have? So how are they different? So I'm just trying to make you understand how it is different. So don't simply write what is USA, what is India. So the same way don't write what is mortgage, what is charge. How are they different is what you have to write, and to answer that in a simple way write these columns. Point of difference means how are they different, and explain how they are different in topic A, topic B. And when you write this, no, if you write 6 to 8 points, no, definitely you will get 4 out of 4. My own students have written even just 4 to 5 points and they do give 4 out of 4 marks in difference between. So it is very much scoring if you know how to write it. But only problem is in difference between students' faces, they will not know all the questions. That is why it is becoming little hard. But if you know, please attempt. If you know, and if you know any topic even half 50% knowledge, write it. It is a highly scoring compared to others. So you just see that and you decide. Right. Next we have another question. How the Competition Commission will determine whether agreement is appreciable adverse effect on competition. So the key word is appreciable adverse effect, and it is a direct question. How is it going to determine? So how will Competition Commission determine about appreciable adverse effect? You write the answer, and that is how you will. So you know the keywords, you know the important topics, and what specifically they are asking. They are asking how will they determine. They are not asking explain appreciable adverse effect. How will they determine is the question. So the specific thing you should identify. I hope you are getting an idea. If yes, please let me know in the comments. If you are getting an idea, let me know in the comments. Whether jurisdiction of Competition Commission of India extends to acts, agreements taking place outside India which affect the competition in India. So jurisdiction. So what is the specific thing? Whether jurisdiction is extending, correct? If it is having agreement outside India, that is the question. So what kind of question? Explain question. So you have to explain how it is possible or not possible, like that. What is the purpose of competition policy of India and Competition Act? So what kind of question? Direct question. What specific they are asking? Purpose, correct? Keywords, competition policy and Competition Act. What is meant by dominant position? So it's a direct question, very simple, 3 marks direct question. What is dominant position? Direct question, specific word is dominant position. What is the specific thing they are asking? They are asking the meaning. What is meant? Only the meaning you write, enough. If you write meaning, you will get 3 marks. So understand and read the question. 50%, I'm telling you, 50% of your job is done if you read the question, identify the keywords, and if you get an idea what specific thing they are asking. If I know specifically what they are asking, I can write, right? Exactly. Discuss the consequences of making false statement by a person being a party to combination. So there also you have to write about these provisions. So same way you can identify, see this is a comment question. So this question is comment. Okay, so board of directors considering proposal for making investment in ABC company. Company has 5 directors on the board, and in the board meeting 4 directors are present. 3 of them given consent for proposal and 1 director abstained from voting. Comment on the following. So this is relating to investment. So we need all the directors to consent, all that, right? So you quote the section, quote the provision of law. Even if you don't know the section number, you tell as per the section of Companies Act, and then write the answer. But try to understand the keywords. The keywords is, can we have a consent by just 3 out of the 4 directors? The specific thing they are asking is what? What are they asking specifically? Validity. Correct? So you should comment on the validity. Examine the validity of the following. Again, here they're asking you directly. There's no confusion. XYZ Limited wants to declare dividend out of the current year profit without adjusting previous year carry forward losses and depreciation. So you should tell whether it is valid. Board of directors want to declare interim dividend after the end of the financial year. So what is the keywords? Interim dividend and after financial year. So what kind of question is it? It is something which you need to comment and tell the validity. What is the specific thing? They are asking, can we do it? Can we declare interim dividend after financial year? Okay. Then we have another question over here. Pankaj, director of so and so company, seeks your advice. So question itself is talking about advice. Selection of trademark which he proposes to be used in its products. Describe the various nature of trademark and which trademarks are considered as strong. So what are the strong trademarks? Correct? Then natures of trademarks. So this is the 2 things they are asking. So identify that and write. So same way you can do it for all the questions and you will get a complete picture on how you should write the answer. So I would request you to see some old question papers, and most importantly in the old question papers, first try to see what are the keywords in the question, what is the kind of question, and most importantly the third point, what is the specific concept they are asking. Always understand, questions are always specific. You need to write answer also specific, right? So I hope this was useful for you. Again I repeat, if you want to know how to write answers, go to the description box, we have a video. This video is only about how to read the question. A good lather is as good as half a shave. So if you know how to read, you will be able to write the right answers. So we have come to the end of the video. I hope you got a clear picture where we analyzed so many questions of the previous exams on how you should read the question paper, what you should keep in mind, how to identify the keywords, and once you identify the keywords, try to know what exactly they're asking, what exactly are they asking in the question. All these points we have covered in this particular video. So make sure that you are aware of these points. So every time you read a question, please be aware. Please be aware of all the points which we discuss in this video, and naturally you will be able to give more specific answer. Giving a specific answer is what is expected from you by the ICSI. Because when you read a topic, you read everything about the topic, but the question is extremely specific. You have to get into the detail and you have to answer specifically which is relevant. And I hope you can do it after watching this video. And again, if you want to know how to write answers, we have a separate video. You can see this video over here and it is also in the description. Ensure that you watch that for how to write answer. Hope you found that useful. Please give a thumbs up to the video if you found it useful. Like this video, make sure that you share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to Ekcel Academy, your one-stop solution for the CS course.